Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tips in 10, where we give you the top tips in the least amount of time. This series was built to keep you in the know without taking a chunk out of your schedule. Today, I'm mixing it up a little bit, and instead of interviewing a business colleague, I'm going to share lessons that I've learned in business that you can incorporate immediately into your daily leadership. So let's go. So yesterday, I had a friend of mine ask, or he actually posted on LinkedIn, what aspects are important to building a great team and then keeping top talent at your company? And I thought about it for a little bit and I said, you know what, this is a great question. And I just wanted to just share what I felt were some of my top 5 tips. So I just want to do that with you today. So understand this, do these well, and I am confident that you'll reach heights that you didn't think were possible. Whether you're a business owner, a business leader, whatever it may be. So, number one, treat others the way that you want to be treated. This simple truth, okay, this simple, what I like to call profound truth, isn't always practiced in business. It requires work, it requires a lot of work, it requires patience, but the reward is huge. You'll be respected and your team will want to go above and beyond because what you expect of them is the same expectation of yourself. Number two, give them the tools to be successful. Don't just throw your team members out into the den of lions and say, go figure it out. Or do you give them really the tools necessary to help them be successful? Those are two different leaders that you see really in today's environment. So have you ever been asked, or have you ever even asked them, your coworkers or your team or whatnot after your onboarding process, is there anything that you need in order to help you be successful or accomplish more? I think a lot of times we have no problem doing that on the onboarding, but afterwards we just say, hey, guess what? Go get it, figure it out. It's no longer my responsibility. It is always your responsibility. So maybe it's additional training, for their specific position. Maybe it's productivity apps that or etc. Remember, the more successful your team is, the greater the opportunity to accomplish your business goals. So number 3, provide a culture that inspires them. Culture can be the reason why someone joins your company or joins someone else's. Culture can be the reason to take less because they want to be a part of something that challenges them, inspires them, and is something that is bigger than them. You know, I always share this. We spend a third of our lives working. Give them a work environment where they can love Mondays. All right. Number 4, accountability. Accountability will show that you truly care about someone's growth. Is accountability always easy to do? Absolutely not. It can be difficult, but if done the way, if done in a way that shows, hey, I want you to be the best version of yourself, accountability will help you accomplish just that. Number 5, our last one, listen with passion. Listen with passion. Oh my gosh, Brene Brown in her book, Dare to Lead, says, when we listen with passion. So prior to reading that book, I never heard of listening with that much intentionality. Have you? I mean, when I hear of listen with passion, I mean, it just changed my whole mindset. This is an absolute game changer. And if you incorporate this into your leadership tools, I am telling you, it is going to change the way things happen in business, the way that your team responds. Um, so I want to share the other night, I failed at this, completely bombed it when my youngest daughter, who just had an art design be marketed on a website for purchase. I mean, it's amazing. She's 12 years old. She figures this out. She sends it to someone. They upload it. It's now marketing or being marketed for purchase. So she's all jacked up. She comes running down the stairs, shares that her work is now for sale. And all I did, or really all that I said was, that's great, honey. You know, but if I was listening with passion at that time, I would have heard her excitement. I would have celebrated this huge win. And really, maybe because if I celebrated correctly and if I listened with passion, you know what? Maybe it inspires her to do more. Maybe my reaction, is something that holds her back. So the next morning, I just was completely convicted, and I apologized to her, and I said how proud I was, and I wanted her to know that I am here to be your number one supporter. But that can only happen if I listen with passion. So, just to kind of wrap it all up, number one, treat others the way that you want to be treated. Two, give your team the tools to be successful. Three, provide a culture that inspires them. Four, accountability. And five, listen with passion. So I would love to hear from you and your thoughts, in the comment section that you feel about these five principles and what you do, to build a great team and keeping talent. So thank you so much for today for listening in on Tips in 10. I just want to wish you, your family, your friends, everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I am so grateful for the many people that I have connected with over this past year, on LinkedIn and on all the different platforms. So because of you, you inspire me to be the best version of myself every day. So thank you and have a wonderful Thanksgiving. And just remember, this is not the time of year to calorie count. All right. So let's go. Thanks again, Mike, Regina.